All right. Okay, the story is like this. There was one of the uh, one of the Chassidim of the Rebbe was at the Ohel. Was at the Ohel. I don't know if the story happened before Gimel Tammuz or after Gimel Tammuz, but in any case, he was by the Ohel, and he was by the Ohel, and he was praying. Whatever it was. The Ohel is where the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe is buried, and where the Rebbe is buried next to him. Whatever, okay, whatever that means, but nevertheless, that's where the Ohel is. So a lot of people go to there and they pray, especially on Gimel Tammuz, Gimel Tammuz. They go to the Ohel and pray, and a lot of prayers are answered. Anyway, so there's one Chassid, and he's praying there on the Ohel, and there's these two kids that are running around making a lot of noise. But the Hasidim are usually okay with these kids. They're okay. Kids make noise. Sometimes maybe they'll say, where's your father? If it gets really out of hand. Anyway, they were running around. So a man comes over to him and says, "Hey, you remember me?" So he looks at him. He says, "No, I don't remember you." He said, "Well, I sure remember you." He said, "Oh yeah, really? How do you remember me?" He said, "Well," he said, "I was married for a long time, and me and my wife, we didn't have any children. And I was told that we tried everything we could and nothing worked. And someone told me that if you go to the Lubavitcher Rebbe, that he'll give you a blessing, especially on Lag Bomer. This is what I remember. Lag Bomer, that's the time to go to Lubavitcher Rebbe for a blessing." So I figured, okay, that's pretty good. So I went a couple of days before and asked them what's going on. And they said that, the Rebbe does this and Rebbe does that. And he comes outside to his car, that makes a for bringing or whatever. And he comes out to his car. So someone suggested to me that if you go by the Rebbe's car, that when he comes, out and gets in his car, that maybe you can get a blessing over there for children. So I figured, okay, that's pretty simple. So I waited for I came Lag Bomer, and I saw there was thousands of people standing out there, and they were all, gathering around the car. So, for the Rebbe to come out. So I figured, what am I going to do? I really want a blessing. And I tried to come close, and the Rebbe came in, and there were all these young men, pushing people away to make a room for the Rebbe to go through, come into his car. And you were one of those young men. And I figured, what am I going to do? So I pushed my way up. I got near. The Rebbe was already in his car. He was in the car. And you were pushing people away. And I said, I wanted to come close. And you made a little space for me that I could jump in either over the open door or the open window. And I yelled out to the Rebbe, I want children, blessing for children. And the Rebbe said, Amen, Amen, said twice. And that's it. Then I got pushed back, and other people were there. He said, but I remembered you. I said, thank you very much, because you were pushing everybody away. For some reason, you let me come in. I mean, I must have let other people obviously got by him, whatever, but nevertheless, you let me come in. I remember. So he said, when was that? He said, when was that? That was Lag BaOmer like 5 years ago, like 10 years ago. So he said, well, what happened? He said, see those two boys that are running around making all the noise? That's my sons. That's my sons. They were both born 1 year after that. Twins. My wife gave birth to twins 1 year after that. So we see that the blessings work and that prayers work, but especially the blessing of a tzaddik. And that's the whole idea of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. He was different. He was simply different from everybody else. And if God answers prayers, God answers prayers a lot of people, even more. And there's some individuals that they represent a lot of people, like the high priest. And so God answers their prayers for some mysterious reason more than others. They're somehow or other more open and connected to the creator of the universe, more, they say, surrendered. Oh, to the creator of the universe and everybody else. Have a good day with Mashiach now. Happy Lag BaOmer, everyone. And God willing, tomorrow we'll meet again at 8:15. Yeah.